Norv.
Mm.
Poor Norv.
Yeah, Norv.
All right, last bit of NFL before we take another break. Dick LeBeau resigns, in air quotes, with the Steelers. Is he done? He's 77 years old. It feels like he's not done, though.
Well, I saw that the Cardinals want him for
Titans
a senior position.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the Titans. But, yeah, so it's going to be up to Dick LeBeau. I mean, how old is he? He's 77 years old.
Dick LeBeau strikes me.
Retire.
Dick LeBeau strikes me as the type of guy who doesn't have any hobbies, doesn't golf, doesn't fish. He just does football. And there are very few names you can throw out there and say that actually changed the game. Him and that zone blitzing defense did change the game, as pretty much every defensive coordinator now has some sort of zone blitz concept in their defensive repertoire. And like you said, Arizona wants him as a consultant job, as it were. Tennessee, former Steelers offensive coordinator Ken Wisenhunt in the mix as well. He obviously worked with LeBeau. I hope he lands in Arizona because, remember, the Steelers retired Bruce Arians, and then he became the OC in Indy, won Coach of the Year when he took over for sick Chuck Pagano, and then move on to Arizona, is doing good things out there. So LeBeau teaming up with Arians in the desert would be the ultimate FU Steelers. How's this for retirement job?
It would be. I mean, it's not like I couldn't see him taking the job. But at the same time, man, if it's me, I'm looking forward to, like, vacationing for 6 months in Fiji or something.
Yeah, but maybe LeBeau's like the type of guy, you know, the people who have a job and then they retire and then 6 months later they die. Like, working is their life. And Dick LeBeau might be that kind of guy.
He very well may be.
Whatever he decides, I hope he is happy. That's all
Indeed.
I want. I just want Dick LeBeau to be happy. I'll be happy by taking a break right here. Claire-vs-Carlson Show. I love you, Dick LeBeau.
Hello? For daily conversations with the players, coaches, and contributors that make this game great.
Regulators, mount up! We're coming!
Football Convos. Visit footballconvos.com or visit us at iTunes.
And we are back for segment three. Three? Yeah, probably three. Of the Claire-vs-Carlson Show. And we're talking, finally, of your boy, Rockets GM, Daryl Morey. So, he was on a plane on Wednesday and did a little Twitter Q&A, as I always like when players, executives do that. And he had a kind of a innocuous question come up, and he had an awesome answer. So the question came from some dude. Does having a job in basketball make you sick of watching it? And Daryl Morey came back with a, I'll let you say it. Do you want to say it? Go ahead.
He said, no, it is like being a gynecologist. You don't get sick of it.
Now, I thought this was absolutely hilarious. It's kind of a dirty joke, but then again, it's not really.
No. It doesn't say words. It doesn't say, talk about the actual act of.
It's just implied, and it's more of an homage, an appreciation for the subject matter.
Right.
It's not anything dirty, like, well, we can list off several things here, but
right.
I think it was more clever than offensive.
I did too. I mean, he says you don't get sick of it. Obviously, he's talking about female anatomy, but he doesn't say anything perverse or vulgar. It's just the wording. And apparently he had to issue an apology for it. So I thought that was it. Really, why do people have to be such killjoys? It wasn't. It's not going to affect your children. Your children don't know what it is.
Is it Houston in the Bible Belt? Like the tail end of it?
Not really. Nah, not really. I mean, the Bible Belt's more north, more Dallas-y, East Texas-y. But, yeah, no. I mean, it has its share of easily offended people, though.
I still thought it was funny. Now, was his apology standard boilerplate? I apologize if anyone was offended.
He said, I had a tweet that was in bad taste. I'm going to leave the comedy to the professionals. I think I'm going to stick with my GM job.
Okay, that was an awesome apology, though. It was kind of backhanded and also still a little funny. I like that apology.
It was a good one. I mean, yeah, it was still humorous, even though I'm going to leave the comedy for everybody else.
I still think it was a great line. Speaking of great lines, Kyle Long and Martellus Bennett had a couple of them. So it basically, to sum it up, it was a Twitter beef, and we're going to call it Unfollow Gate because we put gate after everything, apparently. So Martellus Bennett apparently, allegedly, unfollowed Kyle Long, the second-year offensive lineman, on Twitter, and then, bringing up the quotes, Kyle put out, quote, I'm afraid I have to reciprocate the act. You have been unfollowed at Martysaurus Rex, which is Martellus' Twitter handle. And this sets off Martellus Bennett a little diatribal rant. Why are you so worried? Why are you worried about who's following you on Twitter? More important is happening in my world than Kyle Long's tweets. I don't need this form of social currency. Maybe you do. If a follow from me is going to make you feel wealthier socially, then you need to get out more. I prefer our day-to-day interactions in person, but that's just me. You have my number. Stop the bull.
Yay. Because I think it was very well worded.
Yeah, and it actually made Kyle Long look like a dunce. And I don't know if it was done tongue-in-cheek by Kyle, but I don't think Martellus is joking around.
No, I don't think he was joking. I don't get the feeling he was joking. I think that he got called out, and so in turn he reciprocated and called out Kyle Long, and he kind of deserved it. That's all. I
mean, it's like high school, middle school stuff. You know what I mean?
It really is. But one guy's obviously, he thought his response through quite well, in my opinion. It's a very well reasoned response. I don't know. I just find it interesting. It does get personal in social media because you feel like all your friends should be following, or the people you have contact with should be following you. And I don't know. We take it very seriously, and I don't know if that's really healthy.
They're my friends.
Yeah, or maybe they just know you. Maybe they're forced to work with you.
They're all my friends. But I could see Martellus's point of, you can be friends with someone in real life, but you don't have to necessarily follow them on Twitter. Or you could follow and then mute. I've done that.
Well, there are some people who are very gifted in interpersonal reactions in real life, and that doesn't translate so well over the computer, and you're just like, shut up. This isn't you.
Or turn off retweets because you keep retweeting cat pictures.
Ugh, stop.
Ugh, sorry. Now, have you had any particular beefs that are similar like this, the Kyle Long, Martellus Bennett?
Not really.
No, you've never been in Kyle Long shoes where you're scrolling through your followers or people you follow, they're like, oh, this person unfollowed me.
There are a couple of times where that's happened, but never, where I was going to pursue it.
Matt Schaub, unfollowed. Click.
Block.
Reported for spam.
Yeah, I mean, I'll block and mute and do whatever it takes to get someone I don't like off my timeline, so I can't really be offended if someone does the same to me.
True that. Someone also doing the same as Rob Konrad, who apparently survived 16-hour swim at sea after falling off of his boat, which was on autopilot. And he survived through jellyfish and shark-infested waters, made to the coast. What's the longest you've ever swam, Claire?
14 laps each direction. In swimming class.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that you're okay and you're not going to die over there.
That was a good one. Power of editing.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, not 16 hours.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what about floating? You feel like a floater to me.
Oh, yeah, I do. Oh, that kind of... Okay,
Claire's a floater.
I don't know. I can do that for days, but that's okay. Yeah.
Face down. Pool of your own.
I'm no Rob Konrad.
All right, no Rob Konrad. Kurt Busch. Do you follow NASCAR at all? I feel like in your South, so. No?
I mean, I can follow the stories, but driving a car, I don't care how long, I don't care whatever. It's just not interesting to me at all.
Now, you seem like, have you seen Talladega Nights, though? Ballad, Ricky Bobby? All right, so you strike me as the Molly Shannon character. You're the wife of the team owner who, just sits up in the restaurant and was like, oh, the vibrations.
The vibrations. Yes. That would be fun.
So anyways, NASCAR, Kurt Busch, ex-wife. Ex-girlfriend. Kurt Busch claims that she is a trained assassin. According to testimony stemming from his domestic assault allegations by ex-girlfriend Patricia Driscoll, Busch claims that Driscoll was a trained assassin and even the inspiration for Jessica Chastain's character in Zero Dark 30, the film about the CIA and Special Forces hunt for Osama bin Laden. And the USA Today quote is, I need to bring it up.
Here it is. Well,
all right, how about you read it?
Oh, wait, this is kind of long. Never mind.
Hit it.
The one that I have is kind of long. Okay, Driscoll's alleged background as a trained assassin, is that what you want to know about?
Yes.
Okay. Who had experience killing drug lords via long-range sniper rifles and close combat tactics. They include use of knives and poison. Became a major talking point during the latter stages of this hearing. He believes she's a trained assassin, despite some of his doubts and questioning by friends. Everyone on the outside can tell me I'm crazy, but I lived it on the inside, Busch testified. Sorry, I'm the last one to the party.
And Driscoll and her attorneys have since come out and denied it, but my favorite thing is that this is an actual trial. This is an actual testimony, and they did not deny that at that time.
I knew she could take me down any moment, Busch explained, because she's a badass.
Is she really, though?
I don't know. I mean, there's a picture of her with, like, this huge automatic weapon.
Yeah, I've seen
she's, like,
video
grinning
clips.
Like it's happy.
Video clips of her in the news, and she's shooting things like Ryan Tannehill's wife.
Oh, does she shoot things?
Yeah, did you remember that story where she left an AR-15 in the backseat of a red car?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot about that.
You think that's something that you would be cognizant of where you placed it?
One would think.
What are you hungry for? What's Claire going to go get after this?
I really want Mexican. When I leave Texas, when I come back, I always crave Tex Mex, Mexican food, whatever, the most.
Now, for those not in the know, what is Tex Mex?
Tex Mex is a mixture of food from Mexico and food that, like cattle drivers and people who would go long ways across the country in the Texas, whatever, what they would cook when they were on the road.
Where the
or on
the
plains or the whatever they were on before there were roads. Yeah. So like fajitas. Fajitas aren't Mexican. Fajitas are Texan. That's what those guys used to cook and how they used to cook it. But a lot of the guys with them were Mexican, so the food combined is Tex-Mex.
Oh, so you're saying that fajitas aren't Mexican, but we have the Texians and, frankly, your people to thank for fajitas.
They aren't solely Mexican. They didn't come from Mexico. They came from Texas.
Yeah. Didn't nachos come from Texas, too?
They did, from Eagle Pass, Texas.
Yeah, because what's the story? Didn't the guy in the kitchen was named Nacho, right?
Yes.
And these gringo white ladies were like, bring us a snack, Nacho, and they made nachos.
Right. It was like late. They were about to close. They didn't have anything but chips and cheese or something, so he created nachos.
That's fine. I think that's how chicken wings came about as well. Because I think the owner of the Anchor Bar, like, she had a bunch of teenagers, and they all wanted a snack. So she just fried up a bunch of these leftover chicken appendages, which were usually thrown away or reserved for stock back in the day. Fried them up and put them in hot sauce, and hey, chicken wing. Hey.
Hey.
And now they cost $8 a pound. Thank you, Anchor Bar.